Hey Moto Academy, AJ Catanzaro here. And guess what? Today we're going to do some footage review of students inside of the Moto Academy app using the hashtag coaching wanted. Whether you're in the app or not, I always tell students at class that the best way to learn is to be there with the coach and to watch others so you can learn to assess, okay, the cause and effect of this is what's causing this to go right. This is what's causing this to go wrong. Until you can begin assessing it in other riders, the likelihood of you being able to do it to yourself at all, and especially while out there on the track, is going to be impossible. So whether you're in the app or not, watch this video. A lot of the issues in this video will be varying skill levels, but probably skill levels that are right there on par and the same mistakes that you guys watching this video probably make. So without further ado, I'm going to dive right in. If you want to join the app, go to themotoacademy.com. All right, guys, today's video is sponsored by Element electrolyte drink. I've been drinking Element for the past couple of years. I've gone through different electrolyte drinks. At first, I just drank water, crazy enough. Just drinking water will not hydrate you. And the awesome thing about Element is it has everything you need and nothing you don't. If you were to drink other brands, a lot of it has added sugars, artificial flavors. This just has what you need: sodium, potassium, magnesium. I was a cramper. I would get bad Charlie horses, have to try to save them mid Charlie horse, and the next thing you know, my other leg would Charlie horse up, and it was a nightmare. And what I found is, for me, it was a huge deficiency in sodium. So, but not only does this have a ton of sodium, it has potassium, magnesium, and everything that you would want. The flavors are awesome. It tastes natural. Symptoms of not having enough electrolytes would be headache, maybe fatigue or being tired, cramping, and Charlie horses are the big obvious ones. Right now, Element is offering all of my viewers a free sample pack of all 8 flavors, so that way you guys can get a chance to try everything. Go to drinkelement.com/AJCat330. That's drinklmnt.com/AJCat330. Howie Ryan felt really good at Verona Oaks yesterday. Still need to work on getting my knees back a little more, it seems like. Going to try and get more consistency time before summer. So let's check this video out. Great. What's cool too is I know almost all of these people in here. Howie Ryan is a past trip winner, so I'm very familiar with how he rides. Beautiful. Beautiful. Both feet on there. Let's watch it back one more time. So that first jump, there's a few things I look for, and with jumping, it's the head being over that front number plate, and it's the knees staying stacked on top of the feet and not letting those knees drive forward. So when you watch the landing here, that first jump, pretty strong legs on landing, head is still forward. His knees are coming forward a little bit, coming towards the takeoff of this second jump. That is okay. On short, steep takeoffs, you can let your knees come a little bit forward. I'm okay with that. Landing of that one looks good. Corner's a little too far away to tell. Inside lazy foot is probably all I'd say that you could probably keep your feet on for that one. That double, by the way, this is Verona Oaks in California. I've taught a class at this track many times. This double is pretty intimidating because it's blind coming up the hill. It's a little hard to judge. Front tire first in the landing, just barely, but that's pretty much exactly what you want. And landing, keeping those legs super strong so you can see how he drops sort of into almost like a deadlift position where the knees stay stacked on top of the feet, but the butt drops to absorb the impact, and then he comes back up to a braking position. And then the corner, perfect. Both feet on, very upright with that upper body. Howie Ryan, beautifully done. If you guys had seen him a year ago, totally different rider. Wyatt Forsyth, attack position, side view, hashtag coaching wanted. So before class, we have students send in their videos, or at any time if you want, of them practicing the attack position with the bike on the stand. This is something I think maybe a lot of people don't do because they feel like it's too simple. Maybe they think they're beyond it. Maybe they feel goofy doing it. But then I have so many students come to class and they haven't practiced that muscle memory yet. And the saying is, if you can't do it on the stand, then you can't do it on the track. So practice it on the stand for 2 minutes a day. It doesn't take any time at all. So this side view of attack position for Wyatt, great. Balls of feet, maybe a little flat-footed in the sense that maybe you could sink your heel down just a hair more than that. Your reset position shouldn't be foot completely flat like this on the foot peg. It should be just sunken below that foot peg a little bit more weight into that heel. Knees stacked on top of the feet, perfect. Hips, great. Chest forward. Finger on controls, elbows up, chin up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Not much to fix there. I like it. Dino Modo, let's see what we're working with here. Beautiful background. Little turn tracks setting going on here. Attack sitting position coming through here. I mean, geez, you just look, you seem to be pretty tall. I'm guessing maybe at least 6'4", maybe 6'5", 6'6". I could be wrong, but you seem to be pretty darn tall. Elbows are the biggest issue. So the sitting position, not bad. Back is a little rounded as you begin to accelerate further down the straightaway. But your elbows are kind of tucked to your side, which makes you look even more massive. As I rewind back to see what the standing position, your attack position, very good coming into the corner, knees back, chest forward, chest low, kind of in that nice stable position. Yeah, your attack position is quite good. How you sat to exit this corner and accelerate was perfectly timed. Really work on triangle grip to keep elbows up, because where your hands are will determine where your elbows are. It's the same way I tell people that feel like they are struggling to grip the bike with their knees. Well, where are your feet? Because your feet determine where your knees are. So find the root of the problem. The root of the elbow problem is the hands. Sam Spear, any thoughts on suspension setup? Felt like I couldn't get my bike to settle in braking bumps this weekend. Got the front forks to feel better, but I think the rear may be off. Oh. So see the little hunchback too in the corner when he sat. Wow, track looks super rough. So I think that's Echekani. Is that in Georgia maybe? Dirt looks fantastic. Looks super rough, which is cool. This isn't a suspension problem, I wouldn't say. Right here. You hit the biggest hole with all of the weight down into the bike, with all of the load into the suspension, because you kind of jumped this little roller, unloaded the suspension, and boom, right into the hole. If that is the biggest hole on the track, into that entry of into that corner, which it looks like it is, then your goal is to keep the bike the absolute lightest you can keep it right here where I've got the screen stopped. So a couple things you can try and do. What I would say is maybe there's a way, see how you doubled in here? I would almost think you could double again, trying to land here. So that way your suspension compresses on the downside of this double. And then if you get it to compress hard enough and quick enough, you can stay on the throttle just nice and barely light and then make the bike float right here. Or maybe you could go double in like you are, or shoot, maybe you could even triple that. That way you could land here. And then jump from here and try to land here. So that way you miss that hole entirely. I think a lot of people go straight to thinking it's the suspension, but this is just the timing of where you were loading the bike, right? You watch Jet where he's able to kind of float and jump through those braking bumps before the corners. That's because he's just being super strategic on where he's keeping that bike light. And then in the corner itself, he sat a little bit early. I would wait to meet the bike. You met it kind of as you were still going up the crest. Wait until you're going down the backside of this, or even a little longer, because there seems to be a little hole right here, right? So I would sit here. And then when you do sit, butt should be just a couple inches further forward. And then instead of kind of straining to pull your chin forward like you are, that rounds your back, you would want to just pull your chest forward, which will bring your hips into the correct spot instead of rounding like this. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, guys, as you're listening, think about maybe where you have the same mistakes. Think about, replay this video, listen to the information, watch the footage. If you can become a master of helping others and be able to recognize it in others, you will have no choice but to improve in your own riding. KCN. Oh, here we go. Cement starts. Worked more in the cement starts. Tried with a lower RPM, because Casey did send in some videos a couple weeks ago, and he was just absolutely sliding all over the place. Cement starts are my kryptonite, man, I tell you. Honestly, pretty good. Feet went a little loose when you hit the dirt. RPM nice and low on the cement part, which was good. Keeping the chest forward the whole time, which is usually where I start, right? But if it's too slippery, you then will have to go to an upright body position when you're on the cement pad, and then bring the chest forward once you hit the dirt, which is hard to remember once you get going. Feet tight in front of the foot pegs, butt in the perfect spot. I mean, these aren't bad at all. I just think that cement is so darn slippery. You're going to have to start upright and then bring your chest forward right here, right? As soon as your back tire hits the dirt, then your chest can come into that forward position. Your butt's in a perfect starting position. Your feet are tight. They come a little loose as you get further out here. But anybody else, comment below. Have you done cement starts? How'd they go? Because for me, I grew up in New England area. We had a few cement starts, Central Village being one of them in Connecticut. And I just couldn't do it for the life of me. Couldn't do it for the life of me. Okay, let's do one more. We'll end it with Xander Wood here. Shout out Xander. He is one of our new TMA sponsored athletes, by the way. So he should have a custom painted helmet on his way. So here I am trying to practice my corners. I don't want to coast into them, but I can't kick the habit. I was told to go up a gear. Can I do that in the air of the jump? Let's see. Yeah, you could definitely do that in the air of the jump. You're too low. Yeah, I'd say you're a gear too low for sure. Don't be afraid to coast, Xander. I know a lot of parents, a lot of like coaches will say stop coasting, but roll speed is a thing. Because I think what you're doing is you're trying to replace the coasting with just a ton of clutch. Like you're on the, look at the finger on the clutch here, everyone watching. So you're on the clutch here, pulling it in, letting it out, pulling it in, letting it out, pulling it in again, letting it out. That just upsets the bike the whole way through. You shouldn't need the clutch until you are right here in this corner. And the only reason you need it from here out on the two-stroke, this being a 85 or a super mini, I think an 85, is just to make sure that power stays where you want it. Any earlier than that, then you're just doing the yeah for no reason. Great body position though. I've had Xander at a few classes. Whoa. Xander is a really good rider. So yep, Xander, gear taller. Don't be afraid to coast. Get off the clutch until you're 60% of the way through that turn. That would be the good mantra to remember. 60% of the way through before you need that clutch. There you have it. Coaching wanted. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys, but I think that, yeah, straight up study session for those of you that are taking it serious. Study footage inside the app, watch videos like this, study other riders when you're at the track, and make a game out of it. Don't obviously go up to the rider and try to offer unsolicited advice. That can go poorly, but study people and just try to see, okay, why is this person doing this corner so well? Or why is this person making this corner look so difficult? The more you can watch that, and riders faster than you, the same speed as you, slower than you, the slowest person at the track, doesn't matter. The easier it will be for you to diagnose your own problems. That's how I explain it to everybody. Get in the app, go to themotoacademy.com, join us at a class. We're on tour. Coach Mitchell, myself, we're going everywhere. We just built a supercross track in New Hampshire. We're doing amateur supercross training and a supercross series in 2025. We have so much going on. Join the family. Just go to themotoacademy.com, check out what we have. Be a part of it because why not? Okay. You guys are awesome. Grateful. Toodaloo.